come on. There we go. Okay. Man, every once in a while, OBS has an update, and it just fucks everything that I have set up previously. My hair's a fucking mess. You'll have to forgive me for this. Um, so I don't know if you guys would even notice at this point, but the text on the beginning for the stream starting soon has been different for the past couple of times because it just removes the font that I installed for it. I used the Spartan Bold font, which the CNJ used, and I wanted to use that specifically for my text for stuff. And every once in a while, an update just completely makes it illegible or just invisible. I have to reset it for some reason. I don't understand. Yeah, there we go. And it removed my device for microphone capture. So good going, OBS. That means every time I change my scene here now, I'm going to have to remember to switch it back. Anyway, so here we are on the Bryson Central and Railroader. This is our latest acquisition, the C55 consolidation. It's a 280. Um, I don't know what it is, but I love the look of this engine. I am normally a big fan of like the centered headlight look, like this, like what's on Norfolk and Western 475 currently. That's like her late in-service look. Um, this is, of course, not that one, but anyway, I've also acquired several engines and passenger cars. Anyway, yeah, I'm normally a big fan of the centered headlight look, but this one just, the chunk of this one just absolutely mesmerizes me. So I always aspire to get this engine whenever I do a career mode session here. So this is what we're going to be working with, at least currently. Um, I have been on kind of a grind mentality with this. It's a really nice cab, actually. It's very clean. Hmm. Yes, power reverse. Woohoo. We like power reverse. We don't have to bust our ass trying to throw that thing into gear. Anyway, let's get some ventilation going on here. Let me make sure the window is being captured for this too, actually, for the audio, because I don't. Okay, good. Yep. Wasn't entirely sure if it was recording that. I put a B&O 3 chime on this thing because something about it reminds me of the B&O. I think it's the headlight and the number plate on the front of the smoke box. I don't know if this was a B&O engine, but it's what it reminds me of, so that's what I chose to do. Anyway, we got some cars to pick up in that direction. So we're gonna take this thing for a little spin ski here. There we go. There we go. Abso-freaking-lutely. I guess I should probably just go over this real quick too. So I've gotten, of course, the little Doot, the AS or 4S22, the A1, the CNJ 040. Started life on the Bronx Terminal, which is just a big circle of track and a couple of tracks branching off of it around a warehouse. That's not there anymore, but it's still a pretty cool history site historic site, I guess. That's the word I'm looking for. Because the ground is still there. I found it on Google Maps, and it's all gone pretty much. But anyway, it was off-site and it was owned by the Central Road, New Jersey, but it was completely detached from the rest of their system. Um, Kind of an island, if you will. So this is the engine that worked there originally before it was replaced by the number 1000 box cab. That was due to smoke ordinances in New York City. So they no longer allowed steam locomotives. That's for many, many reasons. One of which being it obscures the vision of the engineer and therefore makes bad things happen. Spoiler alert, two trains crashed in a tunnel, but that's probably a story for another day. Anyway, we've got this one. This one, I believe, is the not a movie star from the OP&E, Oregon Pacific and Eastern. I believe this one was in Emperor of the North. So this is what I got for logging operations now. Um, I guess also I should mention that yeah, I've obviously unlocked Bryson here. I've got the number one engine here. I've got the number two engine over here, Ayla. It's working the passenger service. Um, I've just been trying to grind that pretty hard too, so been using the time window a bunch to make it pretty much full passenger trains every time, because that's the most efficient way of doing things for sure. Anyway, we're gonna set this to a road. Do I need an engine this big for the few cars that are out there? No, but I also want to give it a test run, so sue me. Let's see, I guess I should probably. Whoa, yeah, let's do that so that we don't collide. We don't want collisions. And we don't want to fall off the engine either, but here we are. At least it's not Derail Valley. Come on, stop launching me off the engine. Jesus. There we go. Sit on the fireman's side here for the view around this side. All right, and make sure that the other switch is lined correctly for me here too. So I think I have a few cars to pick up from the industries too that are ready to be moved, but none here yet from the looks of it. Uh, I don't know if they're, I forget if these cars at Ayla are being loaded or unloaded. I guess in reality I probably could have had the other passenger train running this way and sent them around the siding there at Governor's Island, but oh well. I'm a bad little boy. I'm a bad dispatcher, I guess. But that's okay, because I'm also the one running the trains, so got my work cut out for me. Give me a break. That's a nice big hill there, actually. Hi, Jesse. Hi. Hi. Want to say hi? Want to come on the show? Wah! Say hi. Little boy. Little boy. Hi. Who's that handsome guy? Who's that handsome guy over there? Who is that? Whoa! Whoa! I don't care, Dad. I don't care. Your breath stinks, bud. My cat's breath smells like cat food. Bye, bud. It's always nice to have a guest star on the show. Alright, here we are. We're coming up to Ayla. I'm gonna route around passenger service here. I really love the attention to detail on the models of these engines, though. This is one of the few engines, I believe, in the game that has the Baker valve gear. And Baker valve gear is nice. Oh, it's a little off. I'm just noticing right here on the bell crank. But Baker valve gear is nice because it's a lot easier to maintain, because instead of having uh, a die block that slides up and down in the expansion link, it's all done with levers instead. So you just redo pins and bushings instead of having to worry about uneven wear on the block on the little hot dog shaped guy that rocks back and forth there instead of the let me see, instead of this right here. They've got that curved part that rocks back and forth on the Welshard's valve gear, and that has a brass block in it that slides up and down as you're changing directions with the valve gear, with the reverser. With this, it's all just levers, so it's much more even wear. Other than that, I'd say the efficiency is probably about the same. Maybe it's slightly more efficient. I don't know. Haven't done the testing on that, so not 100% certain on that. Alright, good. So he's off to the other station there. I'll come to think of it, I probably have to reset some of the switches so as to not send him into the yard and the roundhouse instead of stopping at the station building like I want him to. Alright, let's see. Yep, throw that, and that, and that, Should be good now. Yep, I've got him set for the Y because, oh shoot, I should have had him pick up these cars before ah man. Oh well, I gotta do basically a full loop anyway. I guess I'll just have the 6,000 take these back once I get all the way through with the rest of the cars then. Oh well, I'm just an idiot. Okay, nothing here. Oh, this one. Okay, one on the house track here. That's ready to be picked up and brought back to the interchange. I will take care of that on the way back here. Coffee, my lifeblood. My lifeblood! Kind of just surviving on caffeine at this point. Reminds me, I saw a meme a long time ago. It was like the evolution of Pokemon, and it was like, I'll have to see if I can find it because it was just, it was too good not to share. It was, I think instead of coughing, it was coffee. It's just like every once in a while, I just need a little pick me up. I don't remember what the last one was, but it was like, it said something along the lines of like, if I stop drinking, I will die. That's basically the point I'm at. Yep, here it is. Good. Evolution of a coffee addict. Alright, let me. Oh, no, I can't do it that way. Hang on. Browser. Here it is. Evolution of a coffee addict. Roastike. Ability single serve. Sometimes I just need a little boost. Java Nut ability Twitch. I can't start the day without it. And then Brew King Hyper Piss. If I stop drinking, I'll die. That seems about accurate. Man, I need help. No, I need sleep. That's the problem. Anyway, coffee was the help. That's how I got myself into this mess. Alright, we got this guy. There we go. All right. Oh, good. And the passenger train is at the final station. I probably should have brought the logging engine this way too. I could have set that up. Oh well. Now I got a bunch of cars here that have to go back to the interchange too. I think I'm gonna drop. Because I've got the one on the rear end here, but the others are gonna attach to the front end of the engine. I think I'll probably just end up kicking this car. There we go. Just send him on his merry way. Just make sure everything is lined. And then there. These cars are all kinds of out of order. We'll get that fixed. There we go. Just stop that guy there for now. That might be a little too close to the switch for it to actually be doing me any good, but we'll solve that problem when we get to it. I'll scooch it out of the way one way or another. For now, I'm just gonna collect these guys. You know what, maybe while I'm here, I don't know why the lettering keeps disappearing on me here too. Um, I'm sure it'll sort itself out eventually. Anyway, we will unhook from this. Actually, I should probably service this engine too. Looks like it could probably use a little bit more coal and water. Just gonna run two trains at once here. No big deal. Alright. Two cars collected. Got two more. Alright, and this one we're gonna have to sort around. That's okay. So you got handbrakes on both of them. Release them both. I guess while I'm sitting here too, I'll just release the handbrake on this, bleed it out, dig it deeper just to throw it away, and shove it back just a little bit by hand. It would be even easier if this car had roller bearings, but oh well. They actually have devices. It's really just a pole with a wedge on the end that you can use to move cars manually like this too. So people are, like, oh, how do you move the boxcar just with your hands like that? Do you just push it? I mean, yes, you could. It wouldn't be that difficult, but it'd be more difficult without roller bearings. In which case you'd probably just use the single rail car mover, which is, like I said, it's literally just a big wooden pole with a metal wedge on the end to fit the contour of the shoe, and you just stick it in and you lift, or push down actually, and it will literally move the rail car. Let's see if I can find a... I don't know what they would call it exactly. Because you got rail car movers that are literally just like a big old tractor on wheels, on rail wheels. They've got, I guess, electric caddies that do it now too. That's kind of cool. Never seen that before. Huh. You learn something new every day. Yeah, there it is. Let me... You literally just stick it under the wheel and you lift. As long as the thing's not on too bad of a gradient. Some of them they even have like electrically powered ones that um, they'll mechanically winch it. They lift it, via mechanical means. You don't have to do it by hand, but that's like the old school way. I always thought that was kind of cool though. All right, put this car back. Matter of fact, I still gotta send this guy out to get service too, so let's do that. Want to at least get him in this general vicinity. Yeah, let's try. That might do. I'm gonna start needing some bigger passenger engines soon though. Clearly. I got what, 5 passenger cars I think? And that engine's not quite struggling with it, but it's giving it all it's got. If I was using the timetable, it'd probably have a hard time keeping up with the timetable. We'll put it that way. Meanwhile, this thing's just walking away with these 4 boxcars like it's nothing. I think they're all loaded too. Yep, all loaded with dimensional lumber. There we go. Release the handbrake on that one. Okay, I guess that one's not animated. Oh no, it is. I guess it was just the angle I was looking at it from. All right. These cars can go back to the interchange, and then we can start sorting out those cars. The ones that need to be dropped off at the industries. All right. Send these around this car and push them into the rear, I guess. And then got a bunch of cars that go back to the sawmill here. So I'll definitely want to take care of them. These ones are out of order because I had the interchange be serviced kind of in the middle of the night last night. So I gotta get them going in the right places. Ann Arbor boxcar. Well, Tidewater. Woohoo. Alright. Start slowing her down here. Ooh, whoops. That's what I get for leaving the screen for the split second that I did. Whoops. Ah, you son of a bitch. There we go. Excuse me? Excuse me, do you mind not reopening? The ghost opened my angle cock again. I just closed it. Alright. Now we're gonna start at the rear here, I guess. Probably our best bet. Start at the back. I'll start grabbing the cars. I'll just shove them together, I guess. And then I'm gonna grab all the cars to the sawmill. Shove them over onto this track, I guess, for now. And then cut off from them. Probably drop the rest of these cars in between back off over here. And go back for the others and connect them together. Just kind of sorting them for now. And my air pump has been going for a while now. Only now getting to 130. Got 10 more PSI to go. Just curious about what my main res pressure is looking like that it's still going. I'm so glad the bell works too. Nope, just no sound for the bell. Okay, I don't know what that's about. Weird. Huh. Okay, what if I just... No. No, okay. So it's just, something's just messed up in the game right now, I guess. Oh well, put it back for that for now. Anyway, it's probably all the mods I have installed. I've got a handbrake set somewhere, there we go. Yep, so I'll just connect, all these right here for now. There we go. Now these are all... Oh, that's East Whittier repair track. Okay, so that one will go... Where do I put that for now then? you know what? It can just stay there for now. Release that. Whoops, wrong way. I probably should have checked the journal boxes on these cars too, come to think of it. This one is mine, so I know that one's fine. Especially since it literally just sits in the shop all day. We'll do the rest of these though, I guess, as we're cruising past. Definitely don't want to have any hot boxes on my hands. That would be bad. And we don't like things that are bad. I mean, unless those things that are bad are actually good. Like junk food. We like junk food. That's bad. It's kind of a conundrum, isn't it? I've come up with my own moral quandary now. What defines bad? Do we always dislike things that are bad? Clearly that's not the case. I'm not going to turn this into a sociology lesson. You can do that on your own time if you want to, but I'm not going to force it upon you. Anyway, we'll oil the engine as we're rolling past too, why not? Alright. I've noticed you can only oil stuff that's moving at 5 miles an hour or less. I'm surprised you can oil them while they're moving at all, honestly. I can't imagine that would be too much fun. Although I guess they probably did do that in old school hump yards, probably. As the cars were rolling past, they probably oiled them as they were getting inspected and as the guy was pulling the pins, sorting the cars. Do we have, yeah, we do. I was gonna say, do we have another gondola for the wood chips? Yes, yes we do. Okay, so I'm gonna probably just kick this car off into where the logging cars go. Just for the time being. And we'll come back for that once we're done sorting out the cars at the sawmill here. put myself into a predicament here because now I have to move at the speed of this boxcar. Oh well. Probably should have just shoved it and then pulled back. You know, if I just shoved it in there and then pulled back onto this track, it probably would have been a little bit faster, but oh well. Too late now. There we go. I just realized too, I still have these other cars right here. Oh well. We'll go and take them back real quick. I had my whole plan in my mind, and then I promptly ignored it. Alright, so we'll get these guys back. Let's see, these are for Appalachian Hardwoods and Bryson Coal and Lumber Supply. For the house track, teen track, or the teen track and the freight house. And then another one for the house track for Ayla. Okay, so the one for Ayla would be closer, but it's also a trailing point switch. So I guess it doesn't really matter one way or the other what end of the train it ends up being on. Facing point and trailing point switches are it refers to the position, the direction the switch is in, uh, based on your movement direction. So right now I'm facing this switch, so that's a facing point switch. If we were to go to the other end of the yard and continue moving in this direction, this would be a trailing point switch. This would be a trailing point switch. This is 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 a facing point switch. So it's all dependent on the direction you're moving in, because if you were moving the other way, it would be the opposite. But that's important to consider when you're making your switching moves and planning things out, is which way are you going to have to be facing to get these cars where they need to go, and are you going to be able to do it when your engine is on the right end of the train, or are you going to have to run around to the other side? Which, for this car, for the Ayla house track, if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to have to run around to the other side for that regardless. Yeah, I'm going to have to drop it off on the siding there. Oh, we still got the passenger engine too that needs to be serviced. Okay, so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to set this up with a waypoint. To do the big slamma jamma into these guys. And then we'll get this guy sorted. We're gonna need to get some coal delivered to this guy too. Come to think of it. Alright, so we'll fill up with coal, and then we'll fill up with water. We'll oil the engine while we're here too. Alright. And we go skirt. Back just a little far, but normally that wouldn't matter so much because the actual column here is flexible. You can move it this way and that way a bit. They actually modeled that pretty well in Railroads Online. It's one of the few mechanics in that game that I fully support, being able to swivel the actual spout of the water tower. I haven't seen any other games do that, come to think of it. 4,000 gallons, so we're almost there. You know what, screw it. No, he's done now, actually. There we go. And we'll waypoint this guy back to the other end of the passenger train now that he's turned around and facing the right way. See, it's all these logistical things. Oh, shoot. Kind of helps if you have it set to pick up the passengers that are sitting there waiting patiently too. But what do I know? I like setting it up so that they're pretty full by the time they depart, because it's more worth my time that way. Okay, now there we go. And let's see, we've got 4 cars that can go here. Actually, I'll probably do 3 and 3 boxcars since there's 6 of them here. That way I can shift them around easier. I'll do 3 on this track and then 3 on this track. Should have plenty of room there now. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Kick them into place. There we go. Good and full on the passenger train. We'll set him to road, and off he goes. No, no, no. Forwards. There you go. Good. Off you go, then. Anyway, why won't you reverse? What's your deal? There we go. Roll that guy in that way, and then we'll do the same thing with this one to send it the other way to get filled with wood chips. That should have enough oomph. There we go. There we go. That guy went back a little too far for me personally, but it is what it is. Come on. Come on. Boom. Perfect. And drain them. There we go. Alright, we'll release the handbrake on this guy. We'll shove him back into the rest of the cars if I can. There we go, that should be enough. I think. Yep. Boom. We'll drain the brake line on these ones too. Just because it's always nice to have that added layer of security. I know we got the handbrake set, but I like for the brake cylinders to be applied as well. That way, things are definitely stopped, not going anywhere. I can hook up to this guy. We're gonna have to run around him back here somehow. Actually, I'll probably be better off putting him over here than pulling around that way. That could work. I think that's what I'll do instead. Let's check on this guy. Shove him right along. Governor's Island. Yeah, that's good. Alright. That'll do. That'll do. Come on. I did say to stop, but okay. There we go. And then we'll shove that back into here. And then I should be able to hook up to the rest of these cars, take them back to Bryson and Ayla, and then we'll pick up those cars for the bridge repair site. Come to think of it, I gotta do the other milestone for that. There we go. Let's get the signals too. Do I have enough for this? I do. I think I'm gonna hold off on that though. I don't know if I want to do the track to Silva just yet. I totally forgot about that, not gonna lie. Silva kind of becomes a nightmare very quickly with the added complexity of things like the paperboard and all that over there. I could spend a whole day switching out just the paperboard, the plant, but I would prefer not to do that. Okay, let's see. You know what? This guy will be the logging engine for Connolly Creek, I guess. Yeah, I can do that. Apply the handbrake. And then this guy. We'll do a waypoint for him actually, that way he can navigate things, hopefully. I'll set him there. And then boom. And then look up to these. Don't think there's any other cars along the line that have to be picked up. Not yet. You know what? I'm just gonna kick this car. Who am I kidding? Bombs away. That worked out really well, actually. I didn't even have to apply the handbrake. Not until it stopped. It stopped right there, just with gravity. Perfect. I should probably get another boxcar too, come to think of it. But I've tried this before. I don't know if it's going to cooperate with me because it says 35 ton, 35 foot wooden boxcar data only. Okay, if I purchase 2 of these, can I, because it was giving me a problem. There we go, good. Buy repair parts, unload at Bryson repair track because I don't have any added repair parts for them. Also, let's see about this because I need some more coal over there as well. This is the 36-foot 2-bay hopper data only because some of them didn't want to take the waybill, and I'm not really sure why that is, but I'm assuming that's just another thing because I've got mods installed and it doesn't like that. Okay, let's see. Where's the hopper? It would be this, I believe. Get 2 of these. And then, yeah, there we go. Unload at Bryson Coaling Tower. Load next time they come to pick them up. Okay, now I'm in a predicament though because now I've got these cars in my way that I just bought. I don't know why they decided to show up there, not behind me like these other ones. Thank you. Good hoppers. Um, anyway. I guess I could wait for the number 1 to get back here. I just gotta make sure he's not gonna run into the rear of the number 2. Shoot, come to think of it. I gotta take care of this too. No, no, no. Hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. Not ready yet. Give it another 15 minutes. Okay. Uh, Close enough. You can go now. Okay. This guy, I just noticed too, there's... Boom. Much better. Okay. Number 2 is now heading off. Okay, that car's got to get picked up. That's fine. So let's see then actually, since I'm doing it this way, what I'm going to do is, since it's a waypoint anyway, I'm going to waypoint him to these cars instead. And I'll have them scooch them over. Yeah, that'll do. And then this guy, I gotta wait for him to get into the siding at Whittier. I gotta keep an eye on his speed too, since this guy's on the limit for 30 right now and kind of struggling a little bit anyway. Long train, little engine. Actually, you know what? I guess I could have this guy pick up this car while he's here. I guess by that logic, I should have had him pick up the cars from the bridge, but whatever. It is what it is. Oh, now the bell works? So now the bells are working again. Man, this game with mods is so weird sometimes. It doesn't always cooperate with just the simplest of tasks. Play a sound? No, I don't wanna. Show this text? Nah, not right now. Maybe later. How are these guys doing over here too, let's see. Not quite ready yet. Not really anywhere near ready enough to warrant me hanging around either, so. Alright. I was selecting the wrong engine. Whoops. I'm gonna have this guy drop this car off this way. You know what? I'll just take over. I can probably do it a little bit faster anyway. Sure, I'll be throwing caution to the wind, but who cares, right? Alright. Slam on the independent. Throw it in forward. Full bore into the abyss. Kick it. Slam it in reverse. Slam it forward. Oh yeah, I'm sure the running gear just loves that. Why did you do that? No, wrong way. Son of a... Did I not just throw that switch? Did I or did I not just throw that switch? Because I could swear I did. See what I say? I can do it a lot faster. Even despite the little hiccup with the switch being a little baby and not wanting to throw the first time. Alright. And off we go. Now, from here, I'm gonna put it back into waypoint mode, I guess. And we'll start with setting this guy around too. I guess I'll just open this one all the way. Check the oil on these. Could use a little bit. Just a quick little re-up. There we go. Damn. I'm gonna have to waypoint this guy over here for now. So I'm gonna have this guy blowing through here. All right. That was actually a pretty well-timed meet there. Okay, and then that guy will be hooking back up to the passenger train on this end now. Speaking of which, I guess I probably should set that up, huh? Okay. This guy will hook up to these, move them out of the way over here. And then I'll set him to be the logging engine. So I'll hook him up to these, send him to Connolly Creek, and we'll go from there. Just gotta take over this train once these are out of the way. And then from there, this should be pretty straightforward. Alright, cut this guy off. And then the number 10 I'll have be the logging engine for, I don't remember what the other logging camp is called, but the one over by Bryson. Because this guy will be the dedicated one for over here at Connolly Creek. What are you going that way for? Just come here. What's the matter with you? This way, right here. Why are you reversing? You numbskull. There you go. Now you got it. I gotta make sure I route this guy. Okay, good. He is already set. Number 2 tied in. No. You are now. Road. Forward. Boom. Nope. I'm gonna need you to wait a little bit. Get some more passengers first. Hopefully it won't be too long before you can get a bunch more. Make it worth the trip. We're at about half capacity. Screw it. After these guys get on, you can go. Ah. I was like, screw it. 5 more minutes. Last second. Of course, now there's 2 more. Do another 5 then. There we go. Alright, yep. Once with these guys all get on. I said, once these guys all get. Thank you. Thank you. Now everyone can go. Okay. There we go. Okay, and you can go here. Now let's get back to... Where is it? There's no way he's all the way up here already, right? Come on now. Where the hell? Let's see. Equipment. Yeah, good. He's not even at Ayla yet. So he'll be there shortly. Then we can take care of this car. Trying to think of the best way to do it. I was considering just dropping it off on the fly and then running around. That could work. There we go. Perfect. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Stop. 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 Okay. Now he should be running away to the other side. Oh, shoot. This isn't going to be good, actually. There we go. That should do. Okay. That was close. A little too close for comfort. Just wanna... Cause I'm gonna have to probably drop these cars off to get that car even in there in the first place. Okay. We can drop this car off now. They say every switching move takes about 15 minutes. But I feel like I haven't gotten a whole lot done. release that. Right, and now we can hook back up here and continue on our journey. Cha-ching! How much do I get paid for that? 71 bucks. I'll take it. Come on. Nice and easy, and bang! Should be able to get rid of that now. Soon we won't have to worry too much about that because I ordered the signal parts. Alright, now these ones go to Appalachian Hardwoods, Standard Oil, Coal and Lumber, Teen Track, and the Freight House. Okay, so we're gonna have our work cut out for us over there, for sure. passenger train should be taken care of for the time being. I can focus right on this guy. Ah, let me in. Let me in. There we go. Now let's see. I'm kind of wondering at this point if I should just drop these cars off and have the 840 take over for the switching. I think I might do that because the area over in Bryson isn't challenging enough to require an engine this big, honestly. And could use this as an opportunity to get this engine to stretch her legs, if you will. I haven't really gotten the chance to use it yet at all, actually. Wow, the brakes on this thing are great. They work, that's for sure. Yeah, I barely apply the independent brake. And it's just like, stop? Okay. Whatever you say, boss. Oh, you know what? I guess I could just... Can you please get me out of the turntable pit? Thank you. I was gonna say, I guess I could just keep going this way. Jeez. Well, I guess I could just do it this way now that that thing is where it needs to be. There we go. So these ones at the end here are going to be for, let's see, the freight house is over there, and then that's the team track. Sounds like the passenger train's coming in now too. I'm just joining in. Alright. I'll start by cutting these off, I guess. I think I'm going to take these two cars for coal and lumber supply and put them over here somewhere. Actually, put them on this track because I actually do need to use this track to get over to the freight house. Oh, I guess I'll do this first, and then I can manually, or I can take over once I'm done with getting this guy turned around and sorted. Waypoint should work now, right? Yeah, good. Sometimes if you don't get it when he's on the right spot in the Y, he just stops and goes forward again, which obviously does me no good. Because then he's just gonna try to come back up this way and hook up to them from the rear, and that's not good, no bueno. Want him to be on the head end of the train, preferably. Oh, whoops. I didn't mean for them to keep going. I totally forgot that they were rolling. Oh well. I think they stopped short enough of that switch that I can still get on the right end of them without smacking into them, sideswiping them. Hope. Alright, now for the freight house. The hard part is going to be making sure I'm not in the way of that guy, though. He is going to be flying up this way. I guess I could put a fusee down for the time being, just to make sure that I'm not in the way, and he's not in the way. Nobody's in the way. But he is schmovin'. It's not that I can't afford the repairs, it's just that I don't want to have to pay for them. Every railroad ever. It's not that we can't fix it, it's just it costs money. And we like keeping money. The unfortunate truth is that unless it means putting money in their own pockets, the railroad typically does not like investing in itself, even though it makes sense. But what do I know, right? I'm just the guy seeing it from an outside perspective. Man, I just love this little engine. The chunky little side tanks. The fact that this thing burns anthracite, too. I really wish this thing were still around. It'd be a perfect little engine for a museum, honestly. Or just to travel with. If I ever hit the lottery, I'm gonna build a replica. I'm gonna build a replica of that and the Blue Comet. For sure. But, it's probably never gonna happen. So in the meantime, while I wait for the inevitable to never happen, uh, this is my plea to somebody with a lot of money and resources. Uh, rebuild CNJ G3, please. I don't know how well that's going to work. I don't know if that's a little too close to the other track to cooperate fully here, so maybe I will bleed them and try to move them back just a couple of feet here. That should be plenty. Okay, now let's see about this one, the number 2. Tie in the air. Setting this time, open time window. Fast forward time an hour here. 68 passengers. Certainly is a pretty busy station, I guess, huh? I don't think I've got room for all of them. If I do, it's just barely. Alright, we'll call that good enough and send it on its way. Because I don't know if that... Yeah, we've got room for 2 passengers. I'd call that full enough. Buddy, you're going the wrong way. He's like, yeah, I knew that. I knew that. Sure you did. Coal number supply D1. That is the coal car, so yeah, that would be here. We'll put them up there. That's perfect. The turntable is facing the right way forward and everything. If I need the extra space, which I might not actually, but it's good to have it there anyway. Hi, Tucky. Hi, bud. What you doing? You trying to leave, but I got the door closed? Sorry, bud. There you go. Tucky. All right. See you later, bud. Whoops. I was like, why isn't it gunning it forward? Because I set the wrong train to manual control. Oh well. We'll just let it do its thing then. That'll do it. I hope. No! Shit. Oh, that was a big old waste of my time. Forgot this thing stops on a dime. Hi, Ducky. Alright, apply that handbrake. Open the hatches. And there we go. This guy. You're cute. You're cute. Yeah, you're cute. He winks at me. He goes, yeah, I know. I know I'm cute. Cute and handsome. I wish I could be that handsome, Tucky. Let's see. I would want to be on this side of the train to put these cars back because they're all going to be trailing point switches. I'll open the doors on this guy. See how he's doing. Looks like we're kind of coming up to Ayla. Maybe? I don't think that I don't even know where we are here. This might still be like we're on Governor's Island. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's the bridge, so. Wow, look at the sky. Alright. Take over here manually. Just gotta get in the cab here. If you would allow me, please, if you can be so kind as to not run me over. Come on, man. I feel like I don't remember there being these grinding sounds of the flanges and stuff before. I don't know if that's... I don't think that's one of the mods I added, but it sounds good. The sound design for this game is really good, honestly. Alright. We're all hooked up there. Now we just gotta go to Standard Oil, I believe, will be the first stop. Actually, I guess I could wait on that. It doesn't really matter which one I go to first, but Standard Oil is closest to the engine here. But with the way I'm facing, it would be a lot easier to get these cars to Appalachian Hardwoods, so I think I'll stop there first then. We'll start at Appalachian Hardwoods and go from there. Just gotta make sure we're all lined up and ready to go. And bam. Let's see, what are these cars looking like? 96%. So I think what I'll do for these, because I haven't seen much time in the shop yet, I think I'm gonna finish this run and then we'll get them into the shop over in the car repair yard over in Bryson. I think that would be our best course of action for them. So I guess we'll make a trip back to Bryson Depot too then. Screw it. Right? There we go. Ooh. Good gracious. Got it going up to 40 miles an hour in this thing. In real life, that would probably be a terrifying experience. Oh, something's wonky with the sound now. There we go. Okay, so let's see. First thing first, we should get the coal car, the coal hopper, into the back, since it needs to go all the way behind everything else. And and G3A and R1. Probably the fastest I've ever switched out Appalachian hardwoods like that. Boom, boom, boom. Just 3 kicks right in a row. That was kind of cool, if I do say so myself. And I guess I'll grab these cars and take them back to the yard. I'll just shove that thing down the giant ass hill. And gravity will do the rest for me. There we go. Oh, I was gonna... I was gonna go back and get the other cars and the bridge repair. So that should be this way. should be. Go release that. Tie in the air. And that will send this guy back to the yard. This track should be good. That should be long enough. And then I'm gonna have to have this engine take that back. Just gotta set this up first. Just short time a little bit here, make sure we get all the passengers we can. Because it is now a new day, so technically I think these count for my reputation for today. So as long as I make at least one passenger run a day at all the stations, I believe that counts towards your reputation, or at least it keeps it steady where it is. But preferably I'd like to have it go up, which is going to be difficult while having those cars in the shop today. So I don't know if that's going to work. I'm gonna have this guy start getting ready here too now. I gotta get him onto the turntable and turned around. Actually, I guess I could probably... Yeah, no, I'm gonna have him go this way. I'll have him go tender first after all. Because he's gonna be coming back this way again anyway. There's really no point in having him turned. Because I'm gonna have him be the one that takes all the cars from the interchange from here on, I think. this guy go back over here. And then this guy, set the waypoint to here. Hopefully they don't end up like running into each other along the way. Yeah, there we go. That should be fine. Oh, okay. He took the main line. Fair enough. All right. And then I think I'm gonna cut this off once we get this guy hooked up to the train and start sending them back. Cause I got something I gotta take care of. But we'll get this guy filled with passengers as much as possible. He should be set and ready to go. Send him on his way. Hook this guy up here. Send him back towards Whittier. Boom. And there we go. Alright guys, so that is gonna do it. We have been making some progress here. We're making strides. Next time we're gonna have some signals to start building on this route here. We're gonna have to refill these the coal tipple here. We got repair parts we're gonna have to put in there for sure here at Bryson because if I'm bringing those passenger cars to be fixed, they're definitely gonna need a re-up on those parts. Uh, you whiny little fucker. Ooh, the switch is lined against me. I don't know what to do. Shut up. Alright, there we go. So I'll probably take care of some of this stuff off stream at some point, get some of the more boring stuff out of the way, and hopefully next time we'll have some interesting stuff going on. Like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment if you have any tips or tricks or anything you'd like to share about your experiences working for a railroad or anything like that. Until then, we'll see you next time for Friday Fun Day.